Okay, so we're going to now be solving a system equation in three variables. We are going to skip over the warm-up here. Go straight to this. Okay, solve the system of equations. So we've got three equations and three variables. We need to solve for x, y, and z. What we're going to do is start by eliminating one variable by using two pairs of equations. So we're going to pick a pair of equations, and we're just going to start with that. Oops, sorry about that. So I'm looking at this right here. This seems to be the one that I can use the easiest. So I'm going to start by matching up these two equations. And now I see if I can make this into positive 2y, then my y's will cancel out. So I'm going to multiply the entire bottom equation by 2. So negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Positive 1y becomes positive 2y. Negative 5z becomes negative 10z. So now I add all these up. This will be negative 5x. This will cancel out, become 0. This will be negative 6z. And this will be negative 37. Okay, I can't do anything from there, so I'm not going to. What now I'm going to do is going to not use the same pair. I'm not going to use these two. I need to use a different pair. So I need to involve this one somehow. Well, again, this looks like my easiest thing to use. So I'm going to use these two equations. Again, I can see if I multiply everything by 3, this will become plus 3y, which will cancel out my y's. So I'm going to multiply the entire top part by 3. So it becomes negative 12x plus 3y minus 15z equals negative 108. So this will be, what, negative 7x. This will cancel out. This will be negative 12z equals negative 77. So now you see I've got two equations with two variables. I'm going to solve this system just like we did last week. So you bring them over here, and now you're going to solve. Well, it looks like I could make this into positive 12z. Now let me go back, by the way. You solved this one, or I'm sorry, you eliminated y. When you do another two sets of equations, you need to eliminate y again. It just so happens it worked out that way. You need to eliminate the same variable in both, so you have the same variable here. I should have said that. I apologize. Well, now if I multiply the top by negative 2, I'm going to get positive 10x plus 12z equals 74 on the top. And now my 12s will cancel out, my z's. And I'll get negative 3x. I'm sorry, 3x equals negative 3. So x is negative 1. And so what I can do with that is take this x and plug it in for here or here, either one I want to do. Don't take it all the way back to the top because you'd have two variables. You want it back here because now I can solve for z. So negative 5 times negative 1, I'm just plugging in negative 1 right here because x is negative 1. I get positive 5 minus 6z equals negative 37. Subtract 5 from both sides. Divide by negative 6. And z is positive 7. Now that I've got x and z, I can go back up here and plug them into x and z. So we're going to substitute these into one of the original equations and solve for the remaining variable. So I get negative 3 minus 2y plus 28 equals 35. Combine the negative 3 and the 28. Subtract 25, and negative 2y equals 10. So y is negative 5. So now I have a point on a graph. This is a three-dimensional graph because I have an x, y, and z, but you write it out as negative 1, negative 5, and 7. Okay. Going to have you try this one. Pause it here, see if you can get through it. Come back and check your work and your answers. Okay. Think I start with using this one and this one because I see this looks like the easiest thing to use to get stuff to cancel out. I'm canceling out my z's. So I need this to be plus 5z. So I'm going to multiply by everything by negative 5 because I have to get this sign to change. So now I should have 27x minus 11y, and my z's cancel out, equals 103. Now again, this is where you just stop here and you go back, and I did these two. Now I need to do a different pair. And yes, you could choose the first two and try to do something with them, but I still think I want to use this bottom one, so I'm going to use these two now. And now, in order to get this to cancel out, I'm going to multiply everything by 2, positive 2, because the sign is already what I need it to be. It's already negative. So now I would have negative 13x plus 11y equals negative 61. So now I stack those, and nice and neat, these are already set. I don't have to multiply anything by anything. These already cancel out. So I have 27 minus 13 is 14, and 103 minus 61 is 42. So x is 3. Now I shouldn't have marked that out, but you're going to take the x now and plug it in either here or here, whichever one you want. So 81 minus 11y equals 103. Subtract 81, so I get negative 11y is 22, so y is negative 2. So now I'm going to take this and plug them in here and here, and that leaves just z. 6 minus 8 minus 5z is 18. Negative 2 minus 5z is 18. So negative 5z is 20, adding 2 to both sides. So z is negative 4. So I get 3, negative 2, negative 4. Okay, the next one gets a little rougher. Not much. It starts off pretty easy, but there's one little, not trick, just something, numbers you won't like. But we'll give it a shot. Pause it here and try to work this one out. Okay, this looks like our guy we want to use. You can start planning. I'm going to use these two, and then I'm going to use these two. We'll start with the top two. I want my x's to cancel out, so I'm going to multiply the whole thing by 4, so I get a negative 4x on the bottom. And so I'll get 17y plus 22z equals 210. So now I'm going to take these two. Looks like I'll be multiplying the top by 6. And then when I subtract them, these will cancel out. 28y plus 29z equals 288. So we set those two, and this gets ugly. There's nothing that it's going to obviously cancel out. So you just got to, grab your calculator. In the top one, you're going to multiply everything by 28. In the bottom one, you're going to multiply everything by negative 17. This, generally always works. It's just the numbers you don't like because they're bigger numbers that you're not used to. So, should get that. And yes, that looks ugly. But again, the whole point, these will cancel out. And I'm left with 123z equals 984. Nicely, z just equals 8. So now I'm going to plug that into either of these. I chose the first one. Numbers aren't so bad from here. Subtract 176 from both sides. And y is 2. So I'm going to go back, plug in 8 here, and, 8 here, and 2 here. So now I'm going to subtract 42 from both sides. Divide by 4, x is negative 6. So there's my answer. All right, good luck.